Hey, what's up, guys? It's Redbeard here. Thanks for joining me today. And today we are going to talk about New World's player housing and how it could be the best that the MMO genre has ever seen, ever. Welcome back, guys, and thank you again for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscription button, the notification bell for more New World content like this leading up and including beta and launch. So without further ado, we're going to talk about New World's player housing system. There's a lot of information out there about this, so this should be pretty informational. But guys, I'm here to tell you, I do believe that New World could possibly be the best housing system that the MMO genre has ever seen. There's so many details layered within this particular part of the game. Whether you want to use your house for different locations of recall, whether you want to use your house as kind of a power play within a territory, there's many things that you can do here. So without further ado, let's just break down the information we have and go over what we know about New World's player housing system. Now, player housing was a recent addition to New World that happened after the feedback from the first alpha. They stated that basically this is one of the higher requested features in the game, so they added this in here. It was designed to make players feel like they had roots in Aeternum, which I think is a very underrated part of a good MMO, and that's the game's ability to allow the players to feel connected with their particular character and the world in which they live in. Now, there are a variety of houses to own within Aeternum and within each settlement. Multiple players can own the same house at the same time, and there's kind of an interesting way that they determine whose house gets shown when someone enters the territory on that particular server, and we'll go on more about that later on in the video. So you and 5 or up to 4 of your friends, so 5 players maximum, can be in your house at any time or can be in any house, meaning you can go and join your friend's house to look at their decor and everything like that. 5 players just happens to be also the maximum group size within New World. So you can use your house as a recall location from anywhere outside of the world inside of Aeternum. So basically, this is going to be one of the reasons why you choose a house location, which would be very important as you continue to play the game. You must pay taxes on your property to maintain it, which is going to be very important as far as what territory you live in and who governs that territory. If the tax is unpaid, you can still go into your home, but you cannot receive the benefits of owning your home, such as recalling. They will no longer be visible to other players if you were to be in that type of position where your house is visible. And you can no longer use something we haven't talked about yet, which is your trophy buffs inside your house. Trophies are magical decorations that give your character buffs when displayed in your home. So that may be like +1 to crafting leather or +1 to attack speed. They haven't really released a lot of that information yet, but it's a pretty cool concept. And again, another way to involve housing within the overall gameplay of the world. You are limited to the amount of trophies you can display, which again adds even more influence that the housing has over the overall gameplay in New World. Now, to be eligible to buy a house, you must raise your reputation within the territory that you want to own a house in. The amount of reputation that's needed to buy a house is unknown at this time. This will require you to complete daily activities in a territory such as faction missions and town projects, which are basically like crowdfunding type of events that kind of help the territory build resources to build on or to add on different features within the territory or the settlement. You can increase your reputation by crafting as well. You have to be level 20 to purchase your first house, but as you progress through the game, you can buy up to 2 more. So you can own 3 total. Now, this number is very important. For instance, what if you're a skinner and you have to be always close to your source of income? So you want to own one of your houses at all times within the forest. You want to be there to be able to recall back there to skin some more boars or whatever they are, so that you can sell those skins to leather crafters and make your money so that you can pay your rent on all your other houses or whatever type of gold sink or financial things that you need to be responsible for, such as gearing your character. So now you've chosen one location. Well, your next location might want to be near the in-game zone. So you could see that no, already 2 of your housing locations are very important and that you wouldn't want to give up. And so then you think about how that can be changed by the governors and how they're ruling those territories and taxing those territories. So really, it's just going to be a very cool, complicated housing system that's going to involve a lot of player choices and also your influence or your choices are going to be influenced by other players' decisions because of their taxation and maybe what they hold important to their territory, whether it be crafting or combat. Now, another thing that will be influenced by the location of your settlement is the appearance of your house, both on the inside and out. Now, they haven't really went into great detail, but you can kind of make assumptions. Like if you live in a forest, maybe you have more of a wooded, like log cabin type of appearance. Whether if you live near the ocean, you maybe have more of a port town type of feel. This is going to be really awesome how it kind of, again, changes the variation between the houses. Now, there is expected to be a decent variation in both size and features of each house. The cost kind of varies from house to house and affected by location, obviously. So again, it won't be like a straight 2,000 gold fee to own any house in the game ever. There seems to be more expensive options that maybe have more amenities for you and your character. Now, along the path of personalization, there will be over 100 items in game that you can place in your house. Now, you can either craft these items or find them in the world of Aeternum, so it'll be kind of cool to look for loot and everything. And they even mentioned that you can bring home pets. Now, all of this leads to how you get your house displayed inside of your settlement. Now, of course, other players are going to own the same house as you, but as long as your decor is highly rated and your standing within the settlement that you live in are high, you will be displayed as the top house in that particular lot. So that means other people coming into the settlement will see your house when they're walking through the streets of the territory. Now, all of this kind of leads up to the in-game competition that is player housing. Now, if you've ever played an MMO before, that people get really detailed oriented when it comes to their design of their house, their decor of their house. So it's going to be really interesting with all these different territories and themes, how people can work those into the design of their homes and kind of compete, again, for not just having a cool home to show other people, but having the game actually display your home as a kind of a testimony to your skill and decor. So it's going to be really cool to see this competition in game, to see all the cool housing that can be displayed when you walk into a new settlement. This whole addition to the game that they've added recently is going to be a huge part of the success of New World. I think a lot of MMO players love player housing, and even me, who really doesn't necessarily focus on player housing or really, prioritize that as one of my top priorities. I'm excited about it. It's going to be cool to kind of see what the things I get as I adventure out into the world. What I can put in my house, or what things I can get, what buffs I can get from the different things I find within the world, as well as what am I going to earn from killing another player? Am I going to earn something like maybe like a dog tag or something that I can kind of keep track of within my housing? It's going to be really cool to kind of see that, or how that manifests itself inside of the game and inside of the housing system. Well, that about does it for player housing, guys. If you have any more questions, type in the comment below. Maybe you know something that I don't. Be sure to add to the conversation down there. Again, guys, it's been awesome. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.